Welcome back. All right, so I think this is going to be the last time I will be speaking to all you fine people on the internet on this channel for today. There was a trade. There's been some more signings, so there's some stuff to go through. First off, the trade. I'm a bit surprised that Anthony Duclair's headed to San Jose. Florida's had him on the market for a while, and he ends up moving to San Jose in exchange for Steven Lawrence going to Florida, as well as a 2025 fifth-round pick. So. Lawrence, decent bottom six guy. Duclair, good player, lots of speed. Not a lot of finish this past season, but he has had that finish before. I could see him bouncing back. So yeah, that's a deal that gets done today. We'll see if that leads to anything else from Florida later. Shane Gostisbehere is signed with the Detroit Red Wings. 1 year, $4.125 million. As Yzerman continues to show he is not messing around. He intends to be in the playoffs next season. Alex Kerfoot signs a 2-year deal with the Arizona Coyotes, $3.5 million per. I'm wearing Coyotes because, honestly, I like that they're adding. I do. I like that the Coyotes are going out. They're spending some money. They're adding some players. I still don't see them necessarily as a playoff team, but they should be better than what they were this past year. So, yeah, Kerfoot, 2 years, $3.5 million per. The Carolina Hurricanes. So this is kind of odd. I figured when Dmitry Orlov signed there, I thought, well, that makes some sense. They pick up Orlov. That should probably extinguish the conversations about Erik Karlsson. Apparently not. Pierre LeBrun reporting that they're still working on acquiring Karlsson. They just couldn't make it work today. This is just one of those things that it's going to probably take a while. And there was talk, of course, about a third-party team that's going to broker some of the money. But at any rate, they're still working on it. So the Canes, I don't know how you make that work. You're going to have, what, Orlov, Burns, Karlsson, Slavin. So yeah, Pesce would have to be gone. Or do they trade Burns? Like, there's a lot of possibilities there. So yeah, we will see what happens with this Karlsson discussion and where he actually ends up. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Where do you think Karlsson ends up going? The Dallas Stars want to add a defenseman. The problem is they don't have any cap space. So that's going to make things, at least they have 1.3 million in cap space, but that's not going to be enough to get them the defenseman they want. They might be in on Dumba. Garnet Hathaway has signed a 2-year contract with the Philadelphia Flyers. The cap hit for Hathaway, $2.375 million per season. Hathaway was good for the Bruins when they picked him up at the deadline, but again, the Bruins having to go the economical route with signings today, not having the cap space for the expensive contracts. So yeah, Hathaway at more than $2 million prices them out of the Bruins price range at this point. The Vancouver Canucks stating that the basically free agent period was about trying to add some size and work on the penalty kill. And this is huge, right? Vancouver, to start the season, they're against teams that are very good on the power play, so that penalty kill is going to have to be a heck of a lot better. That penalty kill may very well be a big part of the reason why they missed the playoffs this past season. So yeah, improving the penalty kill is important. But looking at who's unsigned after day one, Kane and Taves, it's not surprising that they're not signed through the first day of free agency. Taves, of course, there's been discussion about whether or not he might end up retiring. And with Kane, with him dealing with injury and whatnot, it's something that I totally understand why teams wouldn't necessarily be rushing to sign him out of the gate. Tarasenko, still out there as unsigned at this point. Dumba, as previously mentioned, might be a top 4 defenseman for Dallas, should they decide to make that move. Tyler Bertuzzi, apparently there's teams that are working on trying to sign him, but nothing gets done today, so it might get done tomorrow. He's one of the more fascinating of all of them because, of course, Bertuzzi, there's still a lot of potential there. He could be a really good scorer with the right team. Josh Bailey, Thomas Tatar still out there. Max Domi, of course, is still out there. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just sign with Chicago today. That's the one that makes the most sense to me, but we shall see. Evan Rodriguez, a good Swiss Army knife type player, probably going to be had for, I would say, a decent cap hit for him. I would say probably in the $2 million range. Phil Kessel is out there, so if you want to see your team pick up Phil Kessel, keep your fingers crossed. He is a free agent right now. Zach Parise, there's been rumors about the Islanders wanting to keep him. There's still that chance the Islanders re-sign him. And Kyler Yamamoto is also out there after his buyout from the Detroit Red Wings. So we'll see if Yamamoto ends up finding himself a home tomorrow and how many of these players that we're talking about as free agents and expecting to sign might end up getting tryouts in September. So as we're officially into July, we're officially into the crazy season where everybody changes teams and we get into the discussion of which contracts are good, which contracts are bad. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. So I do my best to, I hedge. I hedge. I admit it. But I think there's a lot of negativity out there when it comes to players and contracts and GMs, and I don't want to buy into all the negativity. Anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for what was a very successful July 1st for the channel. Thanks for your support with that. And hey, I will talk to you again soon.